Hi class, hope everyone's doing well and I'm understanding the concepts of handling exceptions, class templates, arrays, and vectors. Hope it all makes sense. So if you have any questions, remember to reach out through the discussion board or directly to me. So here in week 5, you'll be working with pointers. So pointers is a very important concept, but it can be challenging to understand, and it takes some patience and rereading the concepts, rereading the textbook, doing practice problems to really grasp the concepts. So you'll be reading about pointers in chapter 8. You'll have to complete lab 4, so this is a new lab. You'll have 2 weeks to complete it. You also have quiz 5. You'll have 3 hours to complete 30 questions. Here's some additional resources that you can use. So I do strongly recommend that you use all the additional resources that you can. Sometimes it's just good to hear things from a different perspective, different concepts, as it might take that for the information to click. So here's just an overview of chapter 8. Again, this just kind of summarizes the key concepts. The key thing with pointers is that they're unlike variables. A pointer contains the address, the memory address of a variable. So opposed to storing the value of a variable directly, it stores the memory address of the variable, and the variable in turn contains the value. Okay, so you'll be talking about how to reference the value, dereferencing a pointer, the address operator. So these are some of the key concepts, and you should be able to understand how to use pointers and how to access the address of the pointer, how to access the value at the address of a pointer. With this idea of dereferencing, you'll just go through very many different concepts: passing my value, passing my reference, using the reference argument, passing my reference using the pointer argument, etc. So I recommend that you read through this summary as well as read through more detailed concepts that are revealed in the book. Okay, so here are the different sections of chapter 8 that you'll be reading. So again, these are all very important. The section on 8.10 is not as important. It kind of just is more informative. Now in C++, we use the string class opposed to the character array, pointer-based array. So yes, this is good to understand and good to know. But again, it's better to use the string class instead of the character pointer, as it just helps to prevent different bugs from occurring. It kind of gives you a more robust instantiation of a string using the string class, as we've been doing before. Okay, so here are some PowerPoint slides that you can use. It kind of just summarizes all the different concepts, and just good to go through and just make sure you understand each of the concepts that you'll see in each of these PowerPoint slides. So here's some more additional practice. So I recommend that you do all the exercises from beginning to end, all the exercises in the back of chapter 8. And here's some solutions to exercises 13 and 14 of chapter 8. I recommend that you run this code, make sure you understand what's going on, try to change things around, see how it affects the code. This is how you really get good practice and get good understanding, by actually playing around with the code and getting your hands dirty with the code. Okay, especially when it comes to pointers, because they can be difficult to understand by just reading, but actually seeing the code, working with the code, writing the code. This is how you get a really good understanding of the different concepts. Okay, and here's 2 additional resources that contain additional practice. Okay, here's the quiz. Again, you'll have 30 questions in 180 minutes or 3 hours to complete. And it's due in 1 week, next Sunday. Okay, and finally you'll have lab 4. So lab 4, you'll have 2 weeks to complete. Again, read the grading rubric so you understand how you'll be graded. And so here's the task. So you'll be asked to complete exercise 8.12, which is a simulation of the tortoise and hare game. So you'll be given this starter code to help you get started, sort of a framework that you should build around. So this is you should start here with the starter code and then build on this. So additionally, if you or alternatively, if you would like more credit, you can receive up to 115 points if you complete 8.16 instead of 8.12. Okay, so this will be worth more points, so you can get 115 out of 100 and receive that 15 points of extra credit if you do attempt exercise 8.16 instead of 8.12. And here's the starter code for 8.16. Okay, and this is more of a computer simulator, so it's a bit more challenging, but you will receive more points. And I recommend, if you have a really good understanding of pointers and you want to challenge yourself, I definitely highly recommend that you attempt 8.16. Okay, and make sure you zip up the file and into a zip file named lab4 underscore your last name underscore your first name .zip. Okay, make sure you follow these instructions. And this is also part of your grade, to follow the instructions and name your file, your zip file, appropriately. Okay, so that's everything for this week, week 5. I hope everything is going well and making sense. Please, if you have any questions, reach out to me directly or post on the general discussions board. Okay, this topic of pointers can be challenging, confusing, but don't worry, I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, please ask. And I just want to make sure that you have a really solid understanding, because pointers will be used later on in this class when we get to data structures and other concepts. So it's important to understand these fundamental concepts of pointers. Okay, thank you, and reach out if you have any questions.